we got the report yesterday that another set which you are a part of has gone to a federal high court asking the court to order the police, the DSS, security agencies generally, to implement the laws as passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly. First of all, before now, we saw the talk about local government elections, whether it's going to happen, whether it would not happen. The debate was ongoing for a while, still ongoing, by the way. The question I want to ask is, can you shed more light on all of this? Why did you and your colleagues go to the Federal High Court? What inspired that, and what results is...
let me answer that question straight away. You know what has happened? A lot of Rivers people are not asking, why is the governor not able to conduct local government elections?
Okay.
That should be the first thing to ask. People should ask, what is the problem? Is it that the state does not have money? That is not correct, because the governor only recently informed us about the very supersonic rise in the federally generated revenue. So, and there is no war, as it were. Now, people are not able to listen and find out, be critical of what the Rivers State House of Assembly have done. Now, does the Rivers State House of Assembly have powers to make laws? Yes. Pursuant to Section 7, Sub 1 of the Constitution, it says that the Constitution hereby guarantees a democratically elected local government. And the State Assembly cannot watch and see anarchy come upon the land. What did they do? They immediately, pursuant to their constitutional powers, started the process of giving the governor more room, just in case you are not able to conduct local government elections. Let these ones who are democratically elected, as envisaged by the Constitution, continue for another 6 months. That is not caretaker committee. People seem to confuse it. The ones that are there now are duly elected for a term of 3 years. But what has happened now is that the State Assembly has invoked the doctrine of necessity, because the governor is not able to conduct elections. What happens? Civil servants do not have the mandate of the people to superintend over their affairs. So what happens? The Constitution, the Supreme Court, has in several cases said caretaker committee is an aberration, following the letter and spirit of the Constitution. So the State Assembly barely invoked the doctrine of necessity. Now, for two of my colleagues who went to court, the suit for me was inchoate, because no court in Nigeria can stop a State Assembly from performing its duty, just as a State Assembly, just as no legislature can stop the judiciary from carrying out these functions. There are separation of powers, as envisaged by Professor A.V. Dyson. So now the suit was inchoate because you cannot challenge the process. You can only challenge the outcome of a process, outcome of a legislative process. As at the time they went to court, I am sure they did not even plead the law that was amended. They didn't plead that. They only the suit was rather speculative. The men really went to court speculating. So what we did when the State Assembly vetoed the assent of the governor, we now went to court. I was the deponent in that suit. I prayed the court to stop the Inspector General of Police from making it impossible, Inspector General of Police and others, from making it impossible for us to continue in office after June 17th or so. So that was why we went to court. And we also went to court to ask the court to get the governor of Rivers State to obey to implement the law as passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly. This is a democracy, and this is the beauty of the democracy.
All right. Now,
so we to court to insult anybody. We went to court to give vent, to praise the court, to give vent to what the State Assembly has done, pursuant to its powers as expressed in the Constitution.
All right, now, Dr. Lloyd, I want us to look at some of these things critically, like you've mentioned. You said that there is no crisis in the PDP. There is no crisis in Rivers State, as a matter of fact. You said internally displaced persons or politicians are the ones trying to cause trouble, but it is a tea in a storm in a teacup.
It's a storm in a
teacup. Yeah. So some people have said some people are asking, if there is no trouble, as you've rightly described, why are you not seeing that the defection from the PDP to the APC by the lawmakers is against the Constitution? And as such, some are arguing that if it's against the Constitution, they don't have the locus standi, that's how you lawyers call it, right, to make laws on behalf of the states.
Okay, Kalada, the best way to answer that question will be one. Unfortunately for us in Rivers State, people do not comment on the truth. They comment on those they like.
Okay.
That is the unfortunate thing that is going on in the state now. Now, if the State House of Assembly is a mere committee of friends, as they have been described, why are they challenging the outcome of the process of the State Assembly? Why would any other Kukigam and others, and others approach the court to stop the State Assembly from performing its function? Now, Canada, whether the State Assembly is an assembly strictus sensu or they are not, is not left for commentators and early morning callers on your radio show to determine. It will be said by a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, there is no such order or judgment prohibiting the Martins Amehule led House of Assembly from doing his job until you have such order. Whatever they do is correct. And when people talk about defection, only recently, some members of the Enugu State House of Assembly defected from the Labour Party into the PDP. I'm sure that is not defection because it didn't happen in Rivers State.
All right.
So we have a lot of people in Rivers State stopped reading. They stopped reading.
Okay, we have to go for a commercial.
So a lot of people just comment based on where their stomach face.
All right,
and that is not the law. The law is clear.
I've got to go for a commercial. When I do come back, I'll ask you some more questions. Please do stay on the line.
Okay then. Thanks. if what they are doing there is Children's Day, why are they subject matter? Why are they parties in the various suits that have been filed?
Okay,
challenging the outcome of what they are doing.
So let's go with your argument. Let's go with your argument. Some people have said the law is not retrospective, so you don't make it in hindsight. When you make the law, it is futuristic. Can you explain that as a legal practitioner? Because they are saying,
what law is not retroactive? What law is not retroactive?
They are saying the extension of the,
Canada, that is it. I took time to explain to you what has happened.
Yes, true.
The tenure of the elected council chairman in Rivers State remains 3 years at all times material. What has happened is that the State Assembly, considering the inability of the governor to conduct local government elections the way it was just conducted in Oyo State and other parts of the Federation, what happens? The State Assembly has outlawed the use of caretaker committees and have also outlawed the use of civil servants to run local government. So what happens? In order for there not to be anarchy, they are saying those who are incumbent should continue in office for another 6 months. If within these 6 months the governor empowers the State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct the election, all of these arguments will no longer be useful. So I don't know why we are not asking why can't we hold the election in Rivers State for a state that has held the election successively? So why are we not asking about that?
Okay, I was gonna ask, could there be a political solution to this? Because I keep making reference to your very first statement that there is no trouble in Rivers State. There is no trouble in.
I can tell you that.
So can we then come to a political solution where all stakeholders in this local government election thingy come together and see how we can follow the letters of the law and follow it the right way?
Exactly. The governor is the governor of Rivers State. If he decides today that he calls on the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, so he gives them the necessary logistics. The Independent Electoral Commission will publish dates for election, and political parties will go around to conduct primaries and will hold the local government elections will hold on a date to be announced by the State Independent Electoral Commission. But in the absence of that, the State House of Assembly invoking the doctrine of necessity. Canada, I'm sure you were in this country when the former president, Musa Yar'Adua, took ill, and the constitution did not envisage that the president of Nigeria can be ill and indisposed to discharge the functions of his office. The Senate, led by David Mark, rose to the occasion, invoked the doctrine of necessity, and did the needful, which allowed former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to discharge the functions of that office due to the ill health of the president. So you see, this is the essence of jurisprudence. Jurisprudence takes care of events that are not anticipated by our extant laws. So that's why jurisprudence grows. Yesterday we had a situation where a man goes out, votes for himself, goes home and dies. Now, the law was whether his running mate can step into his shoes as elected governor. And the law was clear, no, because the running mate did not participate in the primaries. So which was what gave rise to the Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State becoming governor. So these are things that are anticipated, that we are not anticipated by the law. But the new amendment to the Electoral Act cured that situation. You see, even in the case of Rotimi Amechi against INEC, where someone who did not campaign and all that became governor, the amendment to the Electoral Act subsequently cured that to say whoever didn't participate in the process will not become governor. So that is the essence. As human activities evolve, that is how laws are made to take care of our interactions as human beings.
Okay. Now the reason why you have been invited on the show is so that you can, clear certain misconceptions and educate us, because you're in the position of local government chairman. Now, there are things that are being said. I'm going to throw one of them at you now. That the local government chairmen are also in the fight for the political structure in Rivers State. As a matter of fact, listening to His Excellency, former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, once upon a time, he did say that the structure he has always referred to as being or is the 3 senators, the House of Reps members from Rivers States, the assembly members, the governor, the assembly members in the state, and the local government chairman, and that the fight between the former governor and the governor is for the local government chairmanship and councillorship positions. And of course, the local government chairman are a part of this fight, because the governor is not necessarily tilting towards the sides of the local government chairman. Can you clear, that story for us? Is that really what's happening?
It will be difficult for me to comment on the statement you said the Minister of FCT made. I can't remember the Minister of FCT saying in any forum or fora, in any forum, that the problem is because of local.
No, I did not say he said. I'm saying people said, but he told us what the structure.
Canada, I have trained myself not to react to rumor mongering, what people say.
Okay.
We are talking about the law. We are talking about the position of the law on the issues that are that bother on the street. That's what I can't begin to analyze what people without any known address, what they say on your morning show when they call in from 6 o'clock. I can't begin to answer to all of that. What I have said is that the law is still speaking. The law, the wheel of justice grinds slowly, but it actually will arrive at its destination. So, unfortunately for us in Rivers State, everybody seems to be a lawyer without going to law school. You first graduate from the university before you proceed to the law school. You will be called to the Nigerian Bar Association. Then you start practice as a lawyer of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. So people are so impatient to pass through these rigors. They just sit in their houses and become lawyers and start to feed the public with all kinds of trash.
Dr. Lloyd, now I get your perspective on that one, but you see, the other side, the people on the other camp, are arguing that maybe the reason why the elections are not being held are because one, the people at the local government levels in charge of the local government are part of the fight for the structure. RESEC.
We are not part of any fight.
Okay.
We, the present local government chairman, the 23 of us, we are the campaign coordinators of Governor Siminalayi Fubara in the 2023 election. So we are not part of any fight. So Canada, it is not correct to say that we are the reason why the governor is not hesitant over the election. So one of us is an ex-convict. So even if the governor conducts the election today, for those who are interested, who still have the capacity to want to present themselves, they are free to do so. It is only their people that can reject them at the pool. So they are not part of any fight.
Okay. So as it is now, you're ready for the elections if RESEC decides to conduct your...
Absolutely.
All
absolutely.
Right.
If I discuss with my constituents and they think that I should I should take another shot at the chairmanship. Of course, I will consult my family, my wife and children. If they are disposed to me having another shot at it, of course I will.
Just for clarity's sake, as the Federal High Court given the order you requested for? Remember, you asked the IGP.
Yes, the Federal High Court by forum, Justice Omotosho has given an interim order. He granted order to pray that the expatriate.
And so
that our funds should not be tampered with.
Okay, the funds should not be tampered, but you had other requests,
Yes.
The implementation of the law.
Yes, our funds should not be tampered with. Our security men should not be withdrawn from us, and we must have unhindered access to our various places of work, and that there should be no encumbrance on our way to administering the local government, pursuant to the provisions of the Rivers State House of Assembly Local Government Law Number 5 of 2024.
Okay, all right. Do you see, the possibility of the state government not, agreeing or maybe appealing or something like that? Do you see the possibility of this getting into some kind of political warfare?
No, I'm not a prophet of doom.
Okay.
I told you ab initio at the beginning of this interview that what God cannot do does not exist. Having said so, I cannot reprobate now to begin to foresee doom. I'm not Prophet Isaiah.
Okay, so let's open the phone lines.
I told you everything. I told you that what is happening is a storm in a teacup, by a storm that has been put in place by people who said they cannot vote for the governor, and now today they are the governor's best friends, following him from occasion to occasion. Those who fought us at the field are today the saints of the latter day church. But it's all right. Well, we are here. We are guided by the law. We will work according to the law. This is not a family meeting. This is governance, and it's a serious business.
All right, then. I'm going to open the phone lines now. I'm going to allow them ask you questions. We're going to interact with the people. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809-0306416. This one says, please ask your guests these questions. If the House of Assembly of Rivers State or any other state in Nigeria has powers to make laws to extend the tenures of elected local government chairmen, does this invariably mean that the House of Assembly can also make laws to extend the tenure of an elected governor? Secondly, can the National Assembly make laws to extend the tenure of an elected president? And thirdly, if your answer is no in the above questions, why will the House of Assembly of a state make laws to extend the tenure of an elected local government chairman that their tenure has expired? Thank you. Lueme, thank God, Anthony is asking you that question. And yes, I think,
let me answer. Let me answer.
All right.
The issue of the tenure of local government is not a constitutional issue. That is the problem. That is the difficulty a lot of people are having. The Constitution donated the powers of establishment, control, finance of local government. The Constitution donated all of these powers to the State Assembly in Section 7, Sub 1. So that is why you have different tenures for different local governments in different states. In exercise of that power, I know that a time was when the tenure of local government in Benue State was 2 years. That of Rivers State, 3 years, and some other states. That power, the issue of the tenure of local government is not a constitutional issue. It is to be determined by 2/3 majority of any state assembly as it is composed. So people should know this. And do what the Utopian Union did in the Bible when Philip approached him. Understandest thou what thou readest?
Okay, now let me draw your
of law without being guided.
Let me draw your attention. I mean, you're lawyers. You're going to help us explain it. Your attention to a case that happened. Was it in 2005 in Abia State, where there was something similar to this, the extension of the tenure of Lloyd-Emohua. So, if there is a judgment like that, does it not also?
No, Canada, I'm not a man you can bamboozle on your program.
No, I'm trying to.
And then, hold on, Canada. You asked the question. You can't call a man like me and tell me there was a case in Abia State. You didn't give me the report, the name of the case.
I would have to bring it up now.
And when you get it, then I will look at it and say and read what they caught. Know which law report they reported it, and what is the justices said about the case. Instead of you to do cherry picking and now want to bamboozle me. I know that there are plenty of cases. Like, let me also give you an instance. One in Kaduna State, where the Supreme Court had outlawed the use of caretaker committee.
Okay. Are you there?
So I will get you the citation and forward to you so that it will help you in this your early morning program where you receive phone calls.
All right then. Okay, let's take some calls. I've got Sunday from Port Harcourt. Sunday, I missed that one. Susie from Erema, welcome. Susie, what's on your mind?
Yeah. I want to greet Honorable Dr. Chidi, Chairman, Lloyd-Emohua local. Chairman, make us.
Sorry, is this Susie?
Yes, Susie. Susie, please go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, Susie, how are you?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Canada, I think the doc has actually adumbrated on this matter. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm satisfied with all the issues he has raised and the answers he has also given to you. You see, the other people in the other divide have been quoting Section 109 in a brief manner. But I suppose this afternoon, the doc who is also a lecturer in law has also explained to some people who do not even understand what law is. And he's also telling you that there is what is known as separation of power, that there is no court that can stop the House of Assembly or any assembly from their legislation. And that the people who went to court, the two local government members who went to court, even when the issue has not been decided from the House of Assembly, they went halfway to take an order when the matter has not been decided. I have listened to a lawyer in your studio here, and I asked him a question when he said that automatically, that when the House of Assembly members decide that their seat has been declared vacant, and I ask a question like Dr. Chidi,
summarize, please,
what is
Susie.
the essence of those who went to court? If it is automatic, that Section 109 is automatic, why did anybody go to court for interpretation? Thank you very much, Chairman. I agree with you. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Susie. Thank you, Susie, for your time. 92.3 Nigeria Info. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Canada, good evening.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Dr. Lloyd, good evening. This is Double Edadan from Nigeria.
Okay.
I think the expertise order they went to court to get from Federal High Court Abuja is the issue of governor not to withdraw their security and also to withdraw their funds. And now court has given order for governor not to do that. Now, if governor have any other right to appeal or to sack them or to withdraw their funds, that is what I'm asking Dr. Lloyd.
I mean, if there's an order, you would follow the order of the court. And I tried to ask him, is there a possibility, or in a situation where the governor, doesn't follow or appeals, what happens? Are we seeing a situation where there will be a political warfare? And he replied by saying,
that is what I'm saying.
He replied by saying he's not a prophet of doom. I mean, you heard him yourself, right?
Hello,
yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, Dr. Lloyd, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'd like to answer the fellow that called.
Okay.
First and foremost, it is not up to 5 minutes that I made my explanation. The order that was given was not given against the governor from withdrawing our security. The governor didn't give us security. The order was against the Inspector General of Police, the Director of the DSS. From what the order against the governor is for him not to tamper with our resources. And they allow us. I mean, the other is also for him to implement the local government law as amended.
All right.
So, but that is the order is different from what you, Kalada, asked before I responded that I'm not a prophet of doom.
Okay. All right.
So the order that was given ex parte also includes that parties be served. So parties such as the governor, the IG, the DSS, all of those who are defendants in that suit will have their day in court, where they will also marshal out their own points for the court to take a final decision, which will come via the judgment of the court.
All right.
So it is not. It doesn't foreclose the governor or any other party in the suit from having his day in court.
Okay. I've got Obed from Port Harcourt. Obed, oh my, what's happening? Let's take this one. 92.3 Nigeria Info. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome.
My name is Prince Abu.
All right, welcome,
and
Prince.
I'm calling from the company.
All right, welcome, Prince.
Let me just add my voice to the discussion by telling the current governor of Rivers State to allow us some peace and not to force us into some constitutional crisis. If you agree with me, you will see that the House of Assembly members have done us some good, by extending the tenures of the local government chairmen and indirectly asking the governor to do the meeting. I don't see the reason why, and I think this is the only time the governor and the Rivers State House of Assembly are not working hand in hand. I don't know what the issues are, and I don't also know those who are encouraging the governor to go into constitutional crisis with Rivers State House of Assembly and by extension the local government chairman. And I don't also know why he's so scared of conducting the forthcoming local government election. Please, I know he will be busy in Rivers State government as to move forward, but let him allow some peace in Rivers State.
All right.
This local government chairman has worked so hard in restoring peace in their individual local government. So Governor Fubara should not sit in Rivers State government house and indirectly forcing some persons to come to war in the various local government. Because all I see is clash. All I see is bringing back those days where we have court clashes, people forcing themselves into local government councils and what have you. Governor Fubara should save us from that situation.
All right, thank you very much.
By
I've got to
allowing
go.
the law of the land take its course.
All right.
Thank you.
I've got Hector from Ogbogoro. Hector, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you, please. Yeah. I can hear you. You need to, speak up or speak out rather.
Okay.
Hello, Hector. All right, I guess we have network issues there. While I got spot, Dr. Chidi Lloyd, you said no court can stop or reverse the law made by House of Assembly. Why has court overturned the impeachment carried out by House of Assembly? I don't know if that's what he said. While he said you can't stop the process.
So, Canada, you can see the confusion in the state. Even on a program here, I have not set exam. This candidate has already failed. Putting his teacher out of contest.
Okay, sorry.
I didn't say no court can reverse. What I said is that no court can stop any state assembly from carrying out its duty.
Yeah.
What can be challenged is the aftermath of the legislation. The court can say this law is a bad law, but not the process. And the act of lawmaking is a process.
Yeah.
It starts with the sponsor of the bill, presents it on the floor of the House. It is given a first reading, is committed to the committee stage, public hearing is conducted, and all of that is given second reading. It is passed, sent to the governor for his assent. If assent is denied 30 days after, two-thirds majority of the assembly comes and vetoes the governor's absence,
you know,
and it becomes automatically it becomes law.
Sorry. There is the talk of public hearing, and some people have argued that no public hearing was done. That's one. Someone is.
The calendar that you didn't attend does not mean that public hearing didn't hold. So it is left for you now to challenge the process in court.
Okay.
We cannot all be armchair lawyers, for crying out loud.
Okay.
That is it. We must behave as civilized persons. Canada, people have gone to court to challenge processes up to the Supreme Court and got judgment. They didn't resort to self-help.
All right. Okay. I read some messages, then I get back to you, please. This one says, tell your guest that their tenure as elected LGA chairman ends June, and they will not have a date to it. And when the tenure ends, we shall know how or who is the governor of Rivers State. That's from Macaulay Kerene West. And this one...
let me quickly say this. Let me quickly tell that Macaulay Kerene West, or whatever his name is called, that I will defend the law, myself and my colleagues will defend the law as passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly. Once the tenure, our tenure ends and this one kicks off, nobody will stop us from implementing the law. And when people talk, you talk as if you have monopoly of violence or you can do whatever. No, your right stops where mine starts.
All right.
I will defend the law as passed by the Rivers State House of Assembly. And because I will be defending the law, nobody will stop it.
Okay.
I tell you that.
I would have to pause you. This one says, good afternoon, Canada. I'm going to skip some other parts. It says, I don't expect Honorable Chidi Lloyd to say otherwise because he's a beneficiary of those bills passed by the so-called House of Assembly led by Martin Samuele. Like he said, let's wait for the interpretation of the court of those sections from Sepribo Natrebo. Your final words, we're out of time, so let's get your final say on this issues.
No, Canada, I thought you would have cautioned the person whose text message you read.
Okay.
You see, this is why most times I find it difficult to respond to your call.
Okay.
You allow your medium to be used by nitwits to cast aspersions on people. I thought you would have said you would have.
He said you are a beneficiary of the bill.
He said that he doesn't expect that I will say otherwise. That's not fair. That is not very good.
Okay.
It's ungood.
But
an apology from you.
I'm sorry about that. But basically, I didn't see it I'm not saying it in the light you're saying it, but still I apologize.
No.
Express yourself.
This is the problem.
Okay.
You are seeing it in the light that you do. See it the way I have seen it.
Okay.
That I consider that statement offensive.
And I have apologized.
I demand an apology from you.
I have apologized, Dr. Lloyd. Dr. Lloyd, he basically was saying that you are a beneficiary of the law. And
beneficiary of what?
Of the law.
He doesn't expect me to say otherwise because I'm a beneficiary of all the laws passed by the Rivers House of Assembly.
Of that law. Of that
the
law.
Rivers House of Assembly is legislating for peace of the state and good governance.
All right.
Which he is a beneficiary.
All right then. Thank you very much for your time. My time is up. It's 5:00. It's time for the news. But thank you very much for participating and telling us your side of the story.
Yes, Kana. It's always a pleasure talking with you.
All right then. Do have yourself a wonderful afternoon.